welcome to the ReNao Global Talk Show. This is the first time ever in the history of ReNao Global that we are the first of the first channel that we are starting off. The first YouTube channel that we are launching for ReNao Global. Hello friends, my name is Abhijit Desai, your host and anchor, and I will be doing the interviews with the winners, flyers, achievers of this organization throughout. We are launching this on a series of episodes talking to the greats with the organization, in the organization, and then we are going to take it forward. As you all know, ReNao Global is a billion-dollar company in the network marketing space, or rather I would say e-commerce and affiliate marketing space. That sounds good, right? Yes. And today, you know, it's an honor for me. It's a privilege for me today for the person who is going to be with us on the channel. I know you people are all waiting. You can see the name, but yes, let me give you a brief. Okay, 18 years back, he started off with a company across the globe, and it was a very successful company where he has changed millions and millions of people's lives. So many people have become millionaires. They are having an abundance life, for which this smart, handsome gentleman, you know, he tops the 100 CEOs across the globe. So he is one of the toppers in the CEO list across the globe. He has businesses in countries, you can name them: Europe, Asia, Australia, Canada, you name the countries and he's there. ReNao Global, yes, we are now in around 56 countries across the globe. Yeah, friends, wait and watch. Let me introduce Mr. Mel Gill on the Abhijit Talk Show, on the ReNao Global Talk Show. Mr. Mel.
Wow, thank you so much for this introduction, Abhijit. So happy to be here at this inaugural event, your first event for this talk show, the ReNao Global Talk Show. I think it's an unbelievable idea.
Thank you, Chief. I think this is an honor for me, you know, to have this interview done with you. You know, I am having goosebumps, yeah, talking to you for the first time and on this wonderful channel. So, you know, while I had put up the teaser on, there were a lot of questions that came in from the people who have been watching the teaser. And so we are going to talk about the company, about you, about your personal life story, and you know, how this idea of the ReNao came into existence. So we are going to talk about it. Just before we talk about it, I would like to know you know, your personal story, which you normally share, you know, while you you know, start with all the Zoom sessions. So on a request, I would like you to, you know, share your the wonderful story where you've gone through a lot of struggles and now you are in the place where you are today. So up to you. I you know, give this session to you.
Would love to. And I love this platform because I feel like you and I are just, you know, hanging out, having coffee, having tea together.
Wow.
And I'm able to speak with you in a relaxed mode, to share with you, you know, something that might inspire the next person. It will inspire the next person watching this and saying, okay, these guys are getting together, they're having coffee, they're having tea, they're talking, and wow, what a story. And, you know, if I backtrack, Abhijit, and I've told the story with different variations because, you know, I always recollect different things from the past. But I have to share with everybody that it's truly a love story. You know, the fact that I'm here, you know, after being in this industry for almost 30 years and what's transpired over those years on each decade, and to be here telling this love story now, it's a blessing. And anybody watching this, you know, it's truly a blessing, and please understand that. But yeah, let's go back to the very beginning. You know, I'm here in California today. I was born and raised here in the United States in California, and you know, during the time I was in high school, actually, I met a young girl who we fell in love, and there's a lot of details to that story, and you know, someday you'll hear it on stage because it's a long story, but for this particular platform, I'll abbreviate it. But we fell in love at a very young age, right? And as soon as she got out of high school, she was 18 years old, and I was 20 years old, and we got married, you know, and our parents did not agree with that necessarily at the time because we're so young. They said, how can this be? You're too young, and all those kinds of things. So lo and behold, you know, we said, no, 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 you know, we love each other. And so there's a lot of drama in between that. But I have to tell you that after we got married, you know, we were trying to go through school, we were figuring out what we wanted to do with our lives. And so at the point that we got introduced to this industry, we had already had a 3-month-old baby in our first year of marriage, right? And I was 21, just turned 21, and the 18-year-old girl that I married just turned 19. And somebody invited us to a presentation. And you can imagine this. And the reason I share this story all the time is because it's a story of, if I can do this, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this, right? And so these young kids got introduced to a presentation that happened to be in this industry, you know, direct sales, affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I call it the people industry, right? And the way to look at this is, with zero experience, such a young age, you know, not being the smartest people, no business background, no formal job background, getting exposed to this and having no idea what it is, but being inspired. That was the first thing. First thing was being inspired by what we heard and what we saw. And then getting a good gut feeling saying, wow, if this is real, we have a chance to give this little 3-month-old baby a beautiful life, a beautiful life. And I can tell you that our very first goal, because, you know, we went to the training and they said, set your goals. And I have to tell you, talking about goals, personal development is a huge part of what we do in this industry. But we set our goals. And here was our big goal, 10,000 US dollars a month. Okay. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. And if we made 10,000 US dollars in a month, then we could provide for this 3-month-old baby as millionaires, you know, because back then as kids, 10,000 a month was the biggest thing ever. So we felt like we'd be billionaires at $10,000, right? So that was the humble big goal. It was a big goal to us as kids. And I can tell you that because we paid attention, we did the right things at the right time and learned the process, right? Because we were brand new. And then, you know, we were with an opportunity of a company that went from small to big in a very short span of time, and it forever changed our lives. And there's a lot to this story, but I can tell you that, you know, here we are 30 years later, and the number one thing is that it's brought people that have been around us freedom. Freedom is the number one word, okay? So it brought my family freedom, it brought the team's freedom that was around us, people's freedom, and it continues to do that year after year, decade after decade, 30 years later. And I'm very, very proud to say that that little 3-month-old baby has you know, grown up with the mindset of freedom, and today she just qualified as a very incredible position as an attorney here in California. Wow. Passing the hardest exams in the entire world. And I attribute all of that to what we were able to start with in this industry. And I can go on and on, Abhijit, because I love talking about it, but we'll have many future interviews where we can dissect it even further. So over to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, Chief, this is an inspiring story. Yeah, it actually has given. It is actually an inspiring story, and you know, it talks about love. It is all about love, prosperity that has come in, and to add on to it, freedom also. Yeah, so 3 beautiful things have actually come on the platform the moment you said it. It all started with a love story. Yeah, such a wonderful story. I'm fascinated. I'm actually fascinated. Hope I would have fallen in love like this, 30 years back, and and be somewhere, like you. But yeah, I mean, it's all about how you envision your life. Yeah. So that actually brings me to the next part of the question, where you just I just said envision. Okay, so what did you envision when you thought of coming up with this idea of ReNao Global? So what was the thought that actually occurred? What do you?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely share with you that, then over the years, we became top distributors, affiliates, distributors in this industry. And I'm very proud of that because the industry size now is over $180 billion, right? And in that $180 billion industry, there's many companies, many opportunities, many situations, good and bad, right? But we've been able to maintain being the top 1% as brand promoters, as distributors. And all that meant was that we were able to change more people's lives than most people can in teams. And so by helping others, we were able to elevate ourselves to reach the top 1% of producers in this $180 billion industry, right? And then from there, we had the unique chance in 2002 to start our own company in 2002, right? And we grew around the world with that company and took it and changed people's lives in every part. I mean, you can imagine all these countries and what we were able to do, putting the number one asset in the front. That was the success story. The success was putting the number one asset. And the number one asset is not the great products, not the great management, not the great compensation plan. It's people. And most business owners or company owners do not understand that it's not their great idea of products. It's not their great idea of their compensation plan. It's not any of that. What it is, getting around the right people and then treating the people as the number one asset, right? Because if you don't have leadership, you don't have anything. And so we designed a compensation plan that was not for the company to build big buildings. It was not for the owners to get rich. It was for the individual brand new to this industry to have the maximum chance of success. And so that comp plan had very little qualification, very little hoops to jump through. It was clean and it was the easiest in the world, the highest payout in the world. And we took that story around the world with a proprietary product at that time, because you can imagine, if you think back to 2002, there was no Zoom. There was no video on the internet. There was no YouTube, right? So we launched a video streaming product before all of that. So you combine that proprietary, unique product that nobody else had. I mean, people saw the video in 2003, 2004, 2005 and said, what is this on the internet? It created a wow factor. We combined that to a brand promoter, distributor-driven compensation plan, putting the leader's number one asset, and that was a powerful combination, right? Wow. We drove that all the way, right? 15, 16 years, right? And changed people's lives all around the globe. However, video became obsolete, meaning that now you have GoToMeeting, you have WebEx, you have Cisco, you have Zoom, you have all these platforms in the streaming industry. So we had to transition. And as we transitioned, over the next couple of years, we then had a situation where ReNao Global showed up. And with my corporate partners, we had the brainstorming to say, hey, you know what? This is what the track record and history has been since 2002. Is there a possibility to come out with something even more unique, even more powerful, even more proprietary, use the same or similar compensation plan, and can we take it to more countries than ever thought possible? And so after 17 years of running the business, 18 years of running the business, we decided that was the more powerful thing, because we changed this many lives, right? Now what can we do? Now what can we do, right? And it's going to be incredible. So that is where the concept or the inception of ReNao Global has started from.
Wow. Wow. I mean, this is again, what I would call this as innovative disruption that has actually happened, transitioning from the my video talk, to the digital era powered by the artificial intelligence, which we are, the best of the product that is available with us now. Fantastic. Again, I mean this is what envisioning means. And when people are able to sink in with the idea that, oh my God, okay, this is how they started and this is how they have come up with this wonderful product. Yeah, brilliant. I mean, and I can see there is a huge potential. The entire world is moving into this space now. Okay, artificial intelligence, yes, it is the beginning, but yes, over a period of time, this is going to take this is going to take the shape of the entire. It is going to change the face of the entire world with the artificial intelligence stuff. Yeah, I mean, having said that, Chief, in the past 5 months, the entire industry has been going through a tough time. There has been a lot of changes that have happened. Okay, from a natural, a verbal kind of a industry to a technology kind of an industry where interviews are now conducted on a Zoom platform like we are doing it right now. Yeah. So this is something that has happened. What do you think would be the potential now post the pandemic?
This is a great question, because March 23rd was the first time we started to use Zoom with our company.
Correct.
And be on a platform like this where you're in India, I'm in the United States, here we are communicating and working together. So nobody knew that in 2020 there'd be a pandemic. Nobody knew in January that we would be under lockdown, right?
Right.
Nobody knew that this would change economies. It was unpredictable. Nobody would have even guessed that we would have to wear masks and not be able to go to here and do this, that even travel would stop. The world's largest industry, travel, would stop. It's an amazing thing. And what ended up happening in March is we had to quickly think and transition and say, okay, what does this mean for the world? What does this mean, And I quickly went back to 2008. 2008, with our company, we had one of our best years in 2008 and 2009. And we look back and say, well, wait a minute. That's when there was a global recession. Yes. That's when the banking failure started. That's when all the banks were failing. Unemployment was happening. Everybody was scared. Everything was happening. But how did our company have the biggest growth at that time, right? 2009, 2008, 2010, unbelievable growth. And the reason is, in a time like this, okay, it's a wake-up call. And people realize, I need a plan B. I realize that my job is not secure. I realize that is there a better way? And all of a sudden, more people during these type of times are praying for an opportunity, okay? And right now, during the pandemic times, people are out there praying for a better way. They're praying for an opportunity. They're looking and they're hungry, because they don't feel secure. And all of a sudden, when they can find an opportunity that says, hey, work from the comfort of your home, which now you almost have to during lockdown, right? You can sit at home and earn an online income. We have something called the Freedom Card, where people can sit at home, they get paid on this card, they can go on Amazon and go online shopping if they like, or they can go to the ATM next door, whatever. But my point is this, is that, it gives a bigger opportunity for a company such as us to say, hey, there is a better way. There is a saving grace. It's called ReNao Global. And I can tell you, I tell people this all the time on our events and on our meetings, that there'll be so many people in the world that are going to be saying 2020 was the worst year ever. Here in the United States, we had riots, right? We had fires here in California. We had the pandemic lockdown, unemployment on the rise, all these things happening where people are going to say it was the worst year ever. That's what they're going to say at the end of 2020. There are people with this company, ReNao Global, and I hope you watching this will become one of them, that at the end of the year, during the Diwali time holidays, during Christmas holidays, they're going to look at their spouse and they're going to say, you know what? 2020 was our best year yet. And I wish that for you. I wish that blessing upon you. That there's people in ReNao Global that are definitely going to say 2020 was their best year. And the rest of the world is saying it's their worst year. So it's unimaginable that we have this blessing where we can say that. But I'll tell you that, the pandemic, hopefully it's over soon. But no doubt it's given everybody a wake-up call, which drives this type of a business, our business, to the next level, and will bring us in a strong presence going into 2021.
Quite an insightful, thought that you've shared, Chief. Very, very insightful, because we went back to 2008 when when there was a big failure. I mean, the entire industry went into a recession, and that was a time when we launched a product which gave a new height, okay, in the entire industry. And that changed the entire phase of technology. And then on, now we are after 2008, we are in 2020 having a similar kind of a situation because of one pandemic, which changed the insights, which changed the entire industry thought process. Yeah, and at the same time, we at ReNao came up with this wonderful product, which is a high tech or a technology product, which has again changed the lives of people. Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of calls from people day in and day out. I come from the auto industry. So there are a lot of, people calling, I've lost my job. The salaries have been cut down and we don't get a salary. We are only getting 10% of the salary. And when they see this opportunity and when they see this tech product, they are overwhelmed. Okay, now this is the only opportunity that I have, and probably this is going to change my entire life for the next, I don't know how many years. What else better can a company like ReNao give to the world? I think thanks to you, thanks to the entire core team of ReNao Global for coming up with this wonderful product that we have. Yeah, a lot of questions are coming up, Chief. A lot of questions that I have to ask you, and they're on their way. I'm still getting messages from people that ask this, ask that. But let's take a break for a while here, and let's come back in the next 2 minutes, and let's talk to each other again. Yeah, hold on till that. Stay tuned, people of ReNao Global and Global. Stay tuned for the next next session in a while from now. Thank you.
Now, revolutionary dual-core double binary compensation plan with 10 ways to get paid. You are simply minutes away from opening the door to profits part-time, full-time, or retired time.
Welcome back on the ReNao Global Talk Show. Again, we are here with our chief, Mel Gill, and we were talking to him on his envisioning of the company. We spoke to him about the potential. We heard his wonderful love story and how he has come up to this level from various struggles that he went through. Let's continue talking to him, and let me ask you this particular question, Chief. We've launched a lot of products in the past, and in this also, ReNao also, we've launched around 3 different industries with 5 different products. What are your thoughts? I mean, what are the future plans on this, Chief?
Well, I'll tell you what, my wife is actually the brainchild behind all of that, right? Okay. And the direction of where we'll go with, here's how we look at it. Here's how we look at it, okay? Somebody told me a long time ago that if you can find out where the people are going and get there first, okay, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. Find out where everybody's going and get there first. So in that regard, when we had our video services, it was before the world went to video, right? And it was before YouTube and everything else. Today, everything's video, right? So same thing now. As we look at ReNao Global, find out where everybody's going and fill that need. Fill that need. So the need of the hour, and I won't give out too much details on this, but the need of the hour, the need of the day, if those needs are filled by our company in a bigger way, in a better way than anybody else, then we have an advantage. And that comes from products and services that are unique, exclusive, have traction, unique selling proposition, and people get it right away. And then they say, wow, this does fill a need. And if you can fill that need in the marketplace, especially in this time of the world, we're filling the need, of course, with our financial freedom during the pandemic age. But also, what if we could do that in a big way, promoting products and services that definitely have that type of traction? And, even as we talk about products and services, health. Health to me is the number one wealth. And today, people realize after the pandemic or during this COVID-19 virus that, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not as healthy as I should be. Maybe I'm not immune to the next thing that comes out after COVID-19. And maybe I need to improve my immunity and strengthen myself. And if we can fill that need in the marketplace, I mean, can you imagine? Like today, The people that are selling masks, that was a need, right?
Yes.
Sanitizers, that was a need during this time. So during this time, you will see ReNao Global filling the needs and getting ahead of the game and getting there before the market gets there. And that's going to be our secret to success.
Wow, wow. I mean, I was actually waiting. What are you going to say when you're talking about products? And I knew for sure that you would say, I'm not going to reveal anything right now, Vijay. So I was expecting that, but that was great. I know for sure that, yeah, we have been thinking on a long-term perspective from the, health of people, okay, which also is a wealth that we are creating for them from both ways, in both ways. So the health part is the concentrates that we are coming up with, and the wealth part is you're helping people to create their wealth and health as well. So it's a fantastic combination of what our entire vision is, our entire thought process is. Wonderful thought, Chief. Wonderful thought once again. Yeah. So having said that we are touching upon the need of the people across the globe. Where do you see ReNao Global 5 years down the line?
We'll continue to fill that need, and that will be the advantage that we have. And I was just going to mention also, in addition to health, of course, which is the number one. However, our services, they have to be first to market and very powerful and exclusive. So, for example, we have a product called Working Live. We're the only ones that can offer that around the globe. And that product is basically what we're looking at. And that is a need, because right now, schools are using this type of platform. People are meeting socially on this type of platform. Businesses are using this type of platform. And if we're able to offer commissions on this type of platform and be the ones that have that exclusive situation of offering that, that is, a demand and a need of the hour in the marketplace. And that's just one of the services that our company offers. So, as we continue to grow, there's many companies in this industry that started with 1 or 2 or 3 products. And today, 40 years later, they have 300 or 3,000 products and services available, right? So it's an ever-growing marketplace. But what it drives is residual income, because every time somebody uses that product, because you were the one that helped bring it to the marketplace, you'll get paid over and over and over again on the consumption and usage of that product. And so as we look at the fast forward to the next 5 years of growth, that is going to be considered the first 5 years of this new brand, the new brand being ReNao Global. The first 5 years of any company, is an interesting experience. However, if you look back at some of the companies that are 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years going, you'll look at some of the pioneering distributors or pioneering affiliates or pioneering brand promoters, and you'll see like, wow, they had an opportunity to position themselves before the masses came in. An opportunity to position yourself before the masses come in. And as the masses of people grow with ReNao Global, today, anybody looking at this opportunity, this is our very first year with this new brand, ReNao. So if you have an opportunity to get in before the masses come in, before the need of the hour products and services hit the marketplace, you have a true opportunity to grow with us over the next 5 years. And so the 5-year vision is beyond the company's growth that's going to happen year after year after year. I mean, I've run a company where every year has been more profitable than the previous year with a company that I started in 2002. So we're not going to change that recipe. We will do the same thing. But what this means is when the company grows, the people grow. So in the next 5 years, you'll be so many part-time people that needed a part-time income that will be here at ReNao Global. So many full-time people that quit their job and now can spend more time with their children because they don't have to go to work, don't have to have a boss, don't have to go through traffic. They'll be full-timers over the next 5 years. And then I can tell you without a questionable doubt, there'll be people that see this vision and say, can I make as much income as a professional cricket player, as a baseball player, as a basketball player, as a movie star? And there will be some big-time earners. And I'm definitely looking forward to that, because when you have big-time earners that earn the big-time income, that means that they've changed a lot of people's lives on that 5 years of step ladder to success. So that is the real vision. It's a vision for the leaders, vision for the people. And, in our company, you have to lift up other people's success for you to have success. And that will be the theme of our company.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well put across, Chief. Excellent explanation that you've given. I think the next 5 years, not in terms of numbers, but yeah, in terms of the people's growth. Because what we say and what you started off with, that it is all about people. It is not about just the income. It is all about people. We care for the care that the people care about their personal belongings, their personal life. Yeah, and that care we are talking about to grow in the next 5 years. Wow, I mean that is what I have. The gist that I could probably put across is the care that we care about the care that people care. Yeah, I think this could be the best 5 year plan, and in the next 5 years, probably we will be number one. ReNao Global will be number one in the industry, in the direct selling industry. Yes, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Now this question is a little intriguing question. Yeah. The statistics that India says. Okay, if I'm talking about the Indian market, yeah, India says that about every year from the direct selling industry, there are about 2.5 lakh millionaires that actually come up. So if I were to ask you, what do you think from ReNao Global? How many more millions would be added in the system? You know,
It's an amazing thing that's almost unimaginable and unimaginable. You know, because this company was not built by corporate. My background is a brand promoter, an affiliate, distributor. That's my background. My wife's background, the same thing. And coming from that recipe and putting the brand promoter first, and that's where the money should go. With this type of a compensation plan, okay, and I'll compare every day, all day long, to any company out there. The least amount of qualifications, the least hoops to jump through, the easiest for the part timer that's brand new, that says, I've never done anything like this, to hit a financial home run, for that individual to hit a financial home run, for a fresh person that's never done this before. You combine that with the attitude of only bringing out exclusive and unique products that fill a need. You combine that with the recipe of the management team, that's here geared towards long-term thinking, because this is all I've done since 1989. So count the math, over 30 years, right? This has been my life's commitment. And so I'm looking forward to the next 30 years. And you have that combination of long-term mentality. And when we talk about making millionaires and creating millionaires, there's only a few industries that you can really have the mass scale of creating millionaires. In the restaurant industry, you might have a handful, right? Franchise industry, real estate industry, they're the top of the game in this industry, those kinds of things. When we talk about this type of an industry, it's made for the average person to have an above average chance. And in the last 30 years, I've seen people from every different walk of life become millionaires in this industry that you would never imagine in any other industry. You would say, like, they never had a chance, right? And so with our company, the amount, I believe, will create a record in the industry. The amount of success stories, the amount of millionaires will definitely create a record in this $180 billion direct sales industry. There's no question about it.
Fantastic. I mean, that is something which I was expecting, and that is what is the talk around the globe. People are saying the same thing, that if this is the figure that every year every country has come up with millionaires, probably it will grow. It will grow by leaps and bounds. I don't want to name a number to it. I don't want to give a number to it, but yeah, it will be exponential. If I have to put it in that word, so it would be exponential, because it is all about duplication, as you always mention. Yeah, brilliant. I think that's again quite inspiring, and people who are watching this, I'm sure, are going to be intrigued, are going to be they would be having goosebumps, that okay, when will I be the next millionaire? Yeah, fantastic. I mean, I am really excited with that reply, the answer that you've given. Just to move on, I mean, we know that we are in about 55 countries. What are your plans of coming up with some more countries in the next few years? What are your plans?
Well, being a global business, our company's name is ReNao Global, right? I believe every country out there deserves financial freedom. Every country deserves financial freedom. And during this pandemic, every country has people that are praying for a better way, right? And I think it's a common thing, no matter what country you're from, that you want something better for your family. Doesn't matter what your religion is, what your race is, what color, country, language. There's no barrier of the same thinking. Everybody wants freedom. They want to do more and they want to do better as human beings. They want to provide for their family in the best way possible. And I think that's a genuine thing as human beings, not any particular country. So with that in mind, yes, thanks to Zoom, we've been able to penetrate over 50 countries where individuals have gotten a little bit of a vision, they've grabbed a hold of the opportunity. However, to grow on a large scale, being the industry's 180 billion plus, large scale means that we need leadership in each of these countries, strong leadership. And that's going to come from things that you and I talked about, Abhijit, things like, systems, trainings, processes, and I loved talking to you about that because that's what's going to develop leadership in each of these markets. And there's many new markets that I've never even been to. For example, we just started the market in Nigeria, and I've never had to experience Africa before. I've always wanted to, but our business never took us there until now. And how exciting is that, to bring financial freedom to the people of Africa? I mean, I'm just so looking forward to doing events there after the pandemic's over, getting out there, shaking hands, meeting the leaders, growing and building. And that's just one market that we're talking about. Then we can talk all about Europe and Asia, Southeast Asia, the South American continents. It's going to be unbelievable. But I believe everybody, every human, being deserves the right of financial freedom. They just don't know that it's possible. They don't know it's possible to break the shackles that they're in and have financial freedom. And I want to bring that story and that message and that gift around the world to every single country.
Wow, wow. I mean, since you mentioned the African countries, I'm sure there's a lot of support coming in from there. A lot of countries have been talking about, yes, we also would like to start it here. So I think that's a great move. And if today we are talking of 55 countries as on today, which is September, I think by the next 6-7 months we should be there in almost about 100 countries, if not less.
Yeah, once the money stories start to grow even further and the new products go forward even more, it's just going to, like you said, exponential growth. Yes. And capture momentum, which ends up taking us to markets that we were not even aware of.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, this is something. This is going to grow. This is going to grow crazy. Yeah. We are really excited. We are really excited, Chief. We are really excited. Last but not the least, I mean, I have got a lot of more questions coming in on this platform right now. I am seeing a good number of questions coming in, but then we don't have much time. Just to conclude, if what is the message that you would like to give to the world now?
Well, as I get into that message, I want everybody to know that we are brand new, we're growing, and I want to compliment you on this tool here, Abhijit. This is the ReNao Global channel, and what an incredible tool, what an incredible platform to people. You feel the vibe, feel the culture of our company. Get to know who we are. And this is the inaugural video, the first of many, and you're going to see so many personalities, golden nuggets, inspiration, new announcements, new things happening as we grow. And so it's just like having a baby, and you have to raise that baby and grow that baby. And for us to share that with everybody around the world through this platform, what a brilliant idea, Abhijit. And you being a host and leading the charge on here, I totally, truly appreciate that. And it's going to do massive wonders to help individuals really get to know us, get to know our culture, be a part of the ReNao family, and grow with us. So you're changing people's lives, WG, just by helping us create this tool that we can share around the world, because every country in the world is going to use this tool and see this tool. So hats off to you.
Thank you so much, Chief. Thank you so much. I mean, it's really an honor to host this channel, and the first person to be on this channel is the Chief. So thanks to you, and thanks for the words that you used for me. I'm really humbled by your words. Thank you so much for being here, and we would like to have more such episodes and sessions coming up very soon post the launch. Keep watching the ReNao Global Talk Show. We will be back again with some more achievers and winners and flyers in this organization. Thank you for now. Good night. Good morning. Thank you.